Hey now.
Joey, have you ever been in a Turkish prison?
All week long.
All rise and hope you guys are keeping warm. My God, it's like 40 here and I'm about dead.
Look, you guys were talking about how Judge Kim had court today because the ice is so bad. Weather's so bad here, Creed. They wouldn't let me even leave the hallway of the prison where I usually do. We got to chase. They've kept me here, not allowing me to travel to the law library today. So I'm going to have to do it from here. And please excuse any loud noises or interruptions, because they will be serving lunch really soon through here. So
listen, we got Judge Manning. We've got interpreters.
Yeah.
I think it's just start. I did want to show you this guy. I'm not sure what's going on over here, but
has there been a nuclear explosion behind him at this point? It would appear.
Complete
wow, that's really
of the judge the other day.
So what a whiteout situation there. The weather's really not well where he's at. Yeah, we got some Manning. Judge Manning's been on earlier. She did some cases. I have some over here saved for us to watch, but I figure we'll give this a chance. There is an interpreter, so we'll see how it goes. These are this one is happening live right now as we speak, so we might as well just slip in.
Experiences, what had happened, what was going on?
I did not have a chance to speak to them personally. I think it's a kind of a tenuous area for me to step into. I was a little bit hesitant and I didn't know if it would be appropriate for me to have conversations with the kids outside the presence of a family member or another person. I will tell you that I did accompany Mr. Bustos to the police precinct here to file a missing persons report, and we did speak to.
Is that a beard or a mask?
The sergeant there who placed a call. We were able to reach mom, and we were told that the student would be returned.
So I'll go with
one student that hadn't been returned, or child, I should say. They're students to me. That evening, and that did not happen. And another week went by. So
dark.
The boys
thick and black
did asked me, is Selena coming home? And they seemed anxious and excited for her to get home. And that was pretty much the extent of my conversation with the kids. Again, I do not have the
thanks for the
details
reminder
of what is happening. And I want to just be very cautious and protect the health and well-being of the students. So.
Understood. And based on your training and experience, during those times that they were absent, was it your impression that they were under good care and being treated well?
You said during the time that they were absent?
That's correct.
It looks
hard to say. I can
very
honestly say that their father was very distraught and showed some pictures, and which is why I kind of took the extra step to be in contact with the school. Our parents sign a waiver that allow us to have open communication.
$5 Fridays, Angela. Thank you.
Angela, you're the best.
There have been multiple interactions with DFACS and other agencies in regards to the well-being of the children. I don't know how relevant it is. Anecdotally, just working with the children, I am concerned that they are experiencing challenges. It's obvious in working with them that they are struggling with their learning as well as their behavior, and there seems to be some social and emotional challenges there as well. And we do measure those daily in our program. We have a mood meter where the students check off a face that's happy or sad or tired. And generally, they will express less than happy
You ever heard of
feelings,
a
which is
mood
a little
meter,
bit
Creed?
concerning, and we do what we
No.
can. But
Is that like a
those are kind of my
gaydar?
observations on a
Speaking
day-to-day
of hate.
basis with the students, not only my own, but those of the staff members that also work with the students.
The mood meter.
Based on your training and experience, are you able to determine whether the kids suffered any abuse while they were outside of their father's home and while the mother had absconded with the children?
I have to be honest, I have not observed it, where we have a very strict child protection policy, which would prohibit me from examining the students in any way, physically, and be able to see if there was any mistreatment, or at least physical mistreatment of the children during the time that they were away.
Serious. Talking about
and
insurance
furthermore,
and stuff.
because their absence was extended beyond the prescribed time or the agreed upon time, I don't know what could have happened in that window.
Did you see any of the pictures that Obeth showed you of the abuse?
I did.
And what was your impression of those pictures?
Yes. Round one.
It was troubling.
Oh man.
Bruises.
Wow. She's rocked to her core, Creed.
Hector, thank you for the
He
breaking
showed
news.
a photograph of undergarments that were soiled.
Ew.
Oh
and things
God.
that,
This one's this is gonna be a rough one.
We're
If we watch
troubled.
this one.
I also happen to know that the kids have moved from Bolton Academy, which is another Atlanta Public School, also close to our programming location, to E Rivers. I'm just grateful that the kids have a community of people that care for them.
Do you feel that
Thank you.
The children the children are well taken care of by Mr. Lunche?
I do. I remember sometimes the kids, the boys especially, will act up, and I've talked to Mr. Lanche a couple of times, and he's always extremely responsive. He will speak to them firmly and clearly on the spot. They come every day. He seems to be a really affectionate parent. He hugs
I'm
and
guessing
kisses
the children
kids.
are
And,
one of the children.
Yeah, the kids.
seems to be really working hard to do the best that he can as a single dad to raise 3 kids.
If he's a single dad
and you
raising 3
mentioned that
kids,
this was
kudos to
not
him.
the first time that the children had been absent from school. Could you describe any other times?
Actually, I don't think that I said that. I think that's the only time that I personally was aware. I came into our Trinity program after its start date because we had some staff transitions there, and I was able to cover for an extended period of time. But prior to that period, I'm not certain, although I probably could check attendance and find out. But I'm not sure. I can check though.
Is there anything else you'd like to share with the court?
Amir,
Like the
Obeth,
reasoning
and
for a
Selena
TPO?
are
What
really incredible children. They're struggling. I think that
I like that they're setting
they
the
need as much
table, I
stability as
guess,
possible.
with this lady.
Obeth is in our
Hector, you're
special
right.
education program, and he really needs some consistency in our program where we can give him the remediation and support that he needs to be able to move forward academically. And this is my personal opinion and also my experience working in this space, that all of the children have the potential to be happy and thriving young people. But I can tell that they're.
Are we off on this? Is she running some program? Is she?
So I'm guessing she's running some sort of program, or maybe she's the school social worker or something like that. I don't know. We missed that her credentials there at the beginning, but they've called her as a witness before anyone else, by the way.
Yeah.
I don't think no one else has been called. She was first out the box to give us everything about the children. But so the guy down in the bottom corner, he's the father taking care of 3 kids on his own, single dad. And I think the lady in the middle is the other person involved, because she was talking about she had witnesses telling. She had witnesses. So a little expert opinion maybe, and someone who's had interaction with the children other than the parents, I guess. where we're going first. So should be interesting to see where this goes. We'll give it a little time.
Situation. I think
Build
that
up.
now Mr. Lunch is living in with family, and it happens to be a community that I'm super familiar with. It's been there for a while. And it seems that they're not being able to come home, return, go back to school. And like I said, I don't know enough. I would be hesitant to point a finger at anyone, but my understanding is when they are traveling with their mother, just not being able to come home in a timely way, missing their birthdays, the holidays, things like that seems to be kind of bringing a lot of instability for them.
Very good. Thank you. No further questions at this time.
Bustos, do you have any relevant questions to ask of Ms. Reed?
Yes. Obed told me, I talked to Obed. He told me to pick Selena up on her birthday.
Ms.
And
Bustos, Ms.
Nope.
Bustos, hold on. Okay. A question for Ms. Reed is like this. Ms. Reed, what is your occupation?
Okay.
It's directed to Ms. Reed about these children, not a conversation between you and he. Okay, this is questions from Ms. Reed.
Birthdays are
Specifically, all
canceled
she
if you're
seems
not
to
at
know is
home.
about the children and the education.
Okay.
Okay, so direct those questions to Ms. Reed, please.
I was wondering, question is, my kids, I love my kids, but at the same time, my
But-
kids was in school down here, was enrolled down here, and Mr. Obeth knew. I want to know, did y'all knew?
Did y'all knew?
We did not, and neither did the school that they currently attend. There's a withdrawal process where the students' records and academic records can be moved from one school to another.
Yeah, all they had to do is
Nobody was
enroll
aware,
them somewhere else,
including
and
social workers, front
they'll
office staff,
unenroll at the other place.
or our
Can't be enrolled
program
in two
that the students
places.
were enrolled in school.
I love my kids. but-
Miss Reed, I already
but-
talked to the school myself personally, and the caseworker and the therapist. They all knew. They sent me
Bustos, no,
paperwork.
Ms. Bustos, you're telling her something.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ask another question.
Okay.
I would.
Question: Did
take
you
the
know
over
that
for
I already
Galaxy
talked to the
A21s
school,
down
and the school knew about
dad.
everything, especially the
You
Yeah,
already
he's
know
the
that you
dad,
talked to the
Galaxy.
school.
yes.
Chin beard.
I was not aware that you spoke to the school because I called as well to find out if the students had returned, and they said that they were not aware of where the children were.
Next question, Ms. Bustos.
Your Honor, this is the interpreter. Oh, no, never mind. I had thought I had missed Mr. Obed, but he's there. Never mind.
Okay, that's all right.
Okay.
Go ahead, Ms. Bustos. Next question for Ms. Reed.
Did you know about the kids' whereabouts and the time
She done said no.
when they was with me?
We did not have any information at all. The only information that we had was from Mr. Lanche. When we asked, do you know where they are? He said he did not. He did say he knew that they were with you. That was the extent of where we knew that the children were. We knew they were with
Morning,
you. We
morning,
had
good
no
morning.
idea where or anything like that.
Next question.
You don't have to come up with a no,
Um,
and you just say no questions.
Did you know that I was communicating with Mr. Obeth about all this when it was going on?
Ms. Bustos.
Yes.
She doesn't know what happens between you and Mr. Bustos.
I'm sorry.
Quite a weird one. This one. is.
Specifically about the children, specifically about the education.
Okay. Did you know that the
Did you
school sent me over Selena's paperwork and to transfer her from
What does that matter?
E Rivers to Spoiling?
At
No.
the time that I communicated with the school, no, ma'am.
She knows nothing about that.
Okay.
No more questions. Cut her off.
That's
Manning, cut her
No
off.
further questions.
No further. Anything else, Mr. Gillespie?
None for this witness, Judge.
Thank you, Ms. Reed, and thank you for the work that you do with our young children. Thank you.
Thank you for having me. Good luck.
All right, Mr. Gillespie.
Because you're going to
Yeah,
need it.
now I'd like to call Mr. Lanche.
All right.
Okay, he's the
So
father.
Ms. Chavez, tell me how you want to handle this.
I'll go back and forth, Your Honor.
Okay.
Okay, okay, Mr.
All right,
Lanche.
this is where it's going to get tough, kids.
Is he already sworn in?
A little annoying. So.
Yes, they both were.
Okay, great. Mr. Lanche, if you could just describe very generally the difficulty you have been having in.
I think they were, yeah. Both y'all raise your right hand. Sorry, maybe not, just in case.
That's okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Did you
Raise your right
know?
hand, Obed.
Levante la mano derecha.
Everybody give us the truth, full truth.
We
Usted
do
jura
now.
que el testimonio que va a dar va a ser la verdad. Yes,
There's a
ma'am.
beard. That's very weird.
Okay,
Okay.
go ahead. I'm sorry,
Weird.
Mr. Gillespie. Just double down on that. 'Cause I remember.
That's fine. I
Look at
totally agree. Obeth, if you could just describe in very broadly in general the struggles you've been having in co-parenting with Ms. Bustos or Ms. Kilpatrick over the last few years.
Oh, he's got great audio.
Yeah.
Oh,
Luckily
you know
we're-
what? He's on mute. We're hearing it from her.
Un momento. My kids have been with me for since 2000, since 6 years. Continúe. The last time that the children took on December the 22nd, the mother, she took them. She started. She didn't tell me she was going to bring them or anything. I was calling her
Look at that stink
and she
face.
never answered. She had me blocked, I think.
She didn't
And
like
the
that
day
answer.
the kids were going to start school. and I
Finally,
was really
someone in this
concerned, I didn't
courtroom
know
that
what
knows
to
how to
do.
block someone's number.
I know the mother. She has always hid them when I take them away. She take them for, not for too long, only for a couple of days. The kids come back with bruises, things ugly, and they're my children. It hurts me a lot that the harm is done to my kids. So I was really concerned. I didn't know what to do. I went to the school. I didn't know anything about my kids. I called the police. The police told me that I should go to family court.
Oh no, I am so sorry,
man.
Mavis.
I was really concerned.
Hang in there.
Because I know that she's a bad person with my kids. She hits them in a way that is horrible and it hurts me a lot. That I cannot do anything.
She looks like she would whoop somebody's ass. I'm not gonna
So,
lie.
A
Allegedly.
week went by and then
Yeah,
she
she looks
called
like
me
she's
and she
mean
told me
mugging us
that
right
I
now.
was never going to see the kids again. And that was make me feel really bad. So I received a call 2 weeks ago of a person, a woman. And she told me that, I'm sorry, she gave me 2 kids, Omidio Beth, and other person called me that, can you take the kids? She told me she was going to bring them at 7. Perdón, ¿dónde? And she came at 7 in the morning, but Selena was not there. So I got really concerned. I said, what happened? And she told me, Obed, they told me what happened. Selena wanted to come, but the mom,
She
my
only
mom
returning
won't let
part of the
Selena
kids?
come and start hitting her because Selena wanted to come. And I said, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna do, but I'm gonna do something about it, I said. So I took them to the school. Then Wednesday,
Sure.
Tuesday, I don't remember the date exactly. So a week had passed of school. The next Wednesday, I took them to school. I talked to the social
she's good.
worker that they didn't bring the child. I was worried the mom
She's very
wouldn't
fast.
answer. And afterwards, Selena told me that Selena was going to put her in another school. And she wouldn't let me talk to her. I knew something bad was happening. I was really concerned. I didn't know what to do. I don't know. I don't know where she was. I don't know. I wanted to know where my daughter was. She wouldn't let me talk to her. She let me talk to her, but the voice was very different of my daughter. I know my daughter. And
Oh,
I
shoot.
told her, Mom, Mommy, Daddy's gonna bring you home. If I didn't let her talk because she was gonna cry and she was gonna hit her. So I hung up. 8 days later, I received another call like 1 in the afternoon. The same person that brought me the children before, she told me, I'm gonna bring Selena. And I said, fine. See, can you come in an hour? I said, yes, of course. I'll wait for you in a place, and brought her to the same place. She was in a bad shape, my daughter. The clothes was not her. The pants were tight. She was dirty.
Oh.
I really sad to say this, but her moment. Her
Oh God.
Her sexual vaginal area was really dirty. The underwear was really dirty.
Oh.
So I told her I was gonna bathe you. I bathed her. She started crying that it was burning there, the female parts. It was burning. And I said, it's fine. My mom wouldn't bathe me. So I bathed her. She was crying, and I asked my aunt to
Terrible time to come in for a curtain.
Horrible time to show up.
change her clothes.
Say, man.
Start crying. And I start being in bad shape because I knew what was happening to her. Said, Mom, my mom will hit me. And she, with the fist, she hit me in my face, my nose. She bleed my nose, my eye. My eye got like this, swollen, and my mom would put ice at night, and it hurt a lot. And my mom would hit me. It didn't matter.
Well, Mom takes good care of herself.
And
She
I would do
got dressed
videos.
nicely for.
She asked me to do videos, saying that I didn't want to go with Dad, that I didn't want to go home. If I wouldn't say that, my mom will hit me.
Manning is very upset if you cannot tell her body language.
I am too.
The psychologist of the school, and he asked me if I had brought Selena, and I said, no, please don't call, because if you call, they're gonna hit her.
Right next to me.
And that's what happened, because my daughter told me the person from the school called, asked questions, and she called home, and my mom will tell me on the ear what I should say. When she hung up, my mom hit me. They said, it's fine. I don't know what I'm gonna do, but this time I'm gonna do something to help you, because this is affecting my children a lot. I know they need assistant psychologic, Selena even more. But I'm helping her a lot.
I don't think this
in a way that for her to be happy. She wouldn't go out to play outside because she thought the mom was going to come out and take her away. And I said, no, I'm going to be there with you. That's very sad. She didn't want to go out. I had to go with her holding hands. Nobody's coming, I said. And she said, please call the police, Dad. No, nobody's coming, I will tell her. Just be calm. My daughter is suffering a trauma really bad. I don't know why the mother, she lies. I had different hearings, and I have evidence that she hits them in a really bad shape. My daughter and the three of them. And she hits them together, and she let other people hit them.
Oh, God.
I don't want her to damage my kids anymore. And they're learning. And my kids don't have no concentration. The mind is like, and I said, don't worry. We're going to do what is possible for you to be happy. Do you understand? I try to help my kids in the best I can, and everything for them to be clean, well dressed, to eat every day. I cook them every day. I work the 8 to 4 p.m. I go pick them up. When I come home 10 minutes, I make the food. They always have the food ready. But
this
on
isn't
the
that
other
kind
side
of
of
a
the
case.
mother,
This is just a
nothing. She
protection
doesn't
order.
help
It's a
absolutely
good start
in
to
anything
keep her
instead of
away from
helping
the
them.
kids, though. That's what this is
She
going to
doesn't
do.
take them a long time, only 2 days or the holidays. That's 2 years ago. She took them and they came back. I had to take them to the hospital, the three of them, because they were all beat up, in a very bad shape. Horrible.
You saw the mom pretend to wipe some
And
tears.
they dropped the charges against her.
Wow.
I couldn't get an attorney.
Wow.
She hit the children. So to say that I had hit her, but Selena hit
Hopefully
the eye
that's
and the
next.
eye of the other child and it got swollen. But the mother hit the children. They made the children say that I was the one hitting them. I went to the jail for
But he's the father. He speaks Spanish.
Yeah, she's translating for him.
300.
Hmm.
That case is open. That's why I couldn't get an attorney to help me in the case.
Oh, this poor
But
guy too.
That case was closed
Oh,
on
this
December 18th.
Poor father's being
every bit of
dragged through the mud here.
I didn't do anything and paid
Having to
all
deal
that
with
money.
her.
The case was closed. Now, I took this attorney, the gentleman that is helping me right now in this case, because I'm tired. I'm tired
No
for my
problem.
kids to be beating up. I don't want her to beat my kids anymore. I have evidence. And I can show them to you.
Oh God,
Okay.
I hope not. I do not want to
That's
see
good for
that.
right now.
I'm sorry, I don't.
From that,
and then very briefly, Judge, if we could just, I can do this quickly.
She got something else to say.
Pause. I'm kind of tangled here with phone and everything.
Patricia's amazing, by the way.
Okay,
She made
señora,
that
escuche solamente.
flawless,
seamless, almost.
And we're talking about some
All right.
super.
So you had testified that you had had multiple kind of bad experiences with Ms. Kilpatrick previously. I do have a police report dated September 4th of 2019.
That's what I think.
In which it described
She
a
feels
situation
bad. She
in
feels
which
bad that she's been exposed. That's why she feels
your
bad.
Demetria had essentially, she was going to take the kids to Lake Lanier, but it was too cold that day, and she didn't like you getting involved, and so she repeatedly hit you across the face, but you did not retaliate, and she did all that in front of the kids. Is that a correct statement? Is this the police report that you had filed that day on September of 2019?
You know, yes, it's correct.
Okay. And then again, on June 16th of 2021, a very similar scenario where you had taken the children to a park, and she was distressed about something, and so once again she repeatedly punched you in the face in front of the kids, and you didn't retaliate. Is this June 16th, 21 report? Is this your recollection of you filing this report?
Yes, I do remember. And she took the kids away, and she took the kids to her house and hit them.
Okay.
Mr.
And
Gillespie, can I interrupt you for a second?
please.
Is there another case pending also, a modification or custody or?
No, Judge. No, Judge. I think this
Look
is
at her
kind
eyes.
of the
Why is there not?
he kind of described he's had a little difficulty getting decent legal representation. I think there was a language barrier. I'm here. I feel like I can do a pretty good job with this. I think this is the most essential first step is to put a stop to this abuse. And I can really cut to the chase real quickly. There's a dozen.
Do you plan on filing something more
Yes.
permanent? Okay.
There you go.
Yes, Judge.
There you go.
I do. But I was kind of adamant to Mr. Lanche that this had to happen first, and then we can deal with everything else secondarily. Mr. Lanche, you did describe that recent event in which the mother had absconded with the kids, and then when they
She
came
hit
back,
them
they
this
were
time, but
covered
she
in
hit
bruises.
them last time.
And you had taken pictures of their bruising, and I want to show you these pictures initially, just if you
No.
could validate whether or not they're fair and accurate representations of the pictures you had taken.
Just drop that down for
We'll
just a
drop
second.
that until these pictures are done.
Listen, no, not Viking. He's there at least doing the TPO thing, which is something that is that can be done. I think it's a step in the right direction. But at the same time, I think
Okay,
I'm
luckily
pretty
these
sure
are
he's
only
gonna-
like Polaroid pictures or whatever, but we're not going back to them.
he's gonna get a talking to about how to get started with a custody thing, because that is something that's going to be very, very well needed.
Well, this
he
lawyer
shows
said
us-
this was the start. This is the
Listen,
start of him.
I got
getting
this
it
is
done.
2 minutes. This
Go
is
ahead.
from yesterday, what we were watching and licking, and we'll go back to that. We don't want to be showing that. Forgive me because this is all weird here. I don't have time to make it look all pretty, and thankfully you reminded me. But let's hope we have some volume maybe in here as well.
So this is the
Comes in.
DUI from yesterday.
Yeah, this is the dude that we were watching yesterday. Give me just a second. I want to show for everybody.
We're on the record in the state of Ohio versus James Mitchell, the third 07664.
You can't hear anything, can you?
She's asking questions now.
Yep,
let's
go back.
And I told him, the judge, that's why I was dismissed, because I never seen those pictures before. I just had a baby. I've been in and out the hospitals. I got proof of, I've been in a car accident. My back messed up. My spine is messed up. I go to a spinal to get shots in my spine. I don't know nothing about those pictures. And I told them before, I never seen those pictures. I never had them. When Selena was here, Selena told me that she didn't want to go home. That's why I didn't take Selena home. Selena was never beaten. I got proof that I sent food over there. I sent $700 for food. I give him gas because he don't want to meet me halfway. So I had to come down the street to Publix and give him money, $20 and up, to put gas in his car. Obed used to beat me. That's why I left him. I didn't want to be beaten on anymore. He always said I beat my.
Okay, they're admitted. Go ahead, Mr. Gillespie.
Thanks, Judge.
Yeah, she's going off a
And,
tangent. You just seem to going to allow the pictures be in. That's the tangent
Beth,
she
you
was
also took pictures of the bruising of your son Amir as well, who's presently 7 years old. And I'm just going to show you very briefly
Time out, she
some
said.
pictures of bruising. And I'm only going to ask you very quickly if these are fair and accurate representations
Oh,
of
we're
the
going
pictures you had
step out
taken
on
of
that,
your son
too.
Amir following that time that the defendant had Amir.
Okay, he's going to show these pictures of the son. It's just a bunch of bruising, but you know what? We just don't need to be showing that. I don't feel good about it. I'll sleep better tonight knowing I didn't show those.
There's no reason to.
There is a police
Understood,
report
Judge.
of that event too.
Okay.
If there is, you could just.
Yes, I understood. And what was the answer?
She's had more kids, by the way.
Yes,
What
there
a
is a
blessing that
police
is for the world.
report of that event, and the forensic police, ¿qué dijo la policía forense? And forensic came to take photograph also.
Okay. And Judge, I would like to enter these in as plaintiff's exhibit.
And I took them to the hospital really quick because the kids couldn't sit down.
Okay. All right, they're admitted.
Thanks, Judge.
She went from I just had a baby,
And then
I got in a car wreck,
last,
he beat me.
Judge,
She's just all over the place.
Obeth, I want to show you very quickly pictures you had taken of your son, Obeth Jr., who's presently 9 years old, of the bruising here.
I'm gonna let him show these pictures
Look at
again.
this nice bearded guy over here.
Yeah, again, I don't want to show photos of child abuse.
No.
That's,
It's
I
bad
just-
enough. Listen, we don't normally ever even anything related.
entertain anything like this, but
we've
kind of got started on. You guys are invested, and
didn't realize it was.
I didn't know we were going to go into this rabbit hole. But yeah, I can't believe she's had another baby. Not with this guy. This is just-
Some of the things that he said are just so concerning. Imagine that child doesn't even want to go out and play in the yard because they're concerned that mom will come by and get her. Things like that just makes me nuts.
C.
Okay. Should more
Thanks, Jay.
photos I could live without ever seeing.
And so, just to conclude,
sounds like two or
just
three,
for the
at
thoroughness
least.
of the record. I was going through all of the various incident reports.
Yeah, man, yeah.
I think I left off on the June 16th, 2021 visit. So the next one was again on August 1st, 2021. Mr. Lanche, did you on that date?
All these photos, by the way,
simply
after
the date. This was
the
the
kids
date
come back
at
from
which
visits with her.
the children were returned to you and they came home battered and bruised. Do you recall filing this incident report on August 1st of 2021?
Yes, yes.
Okay, and then I see next in the file was August 2nd. So right on the tail of that most recent incident report, it looks like you had gone to the to DFACS and they had prepared a report to ensure that that they don't have to suffer any additional abuse. Do you remember DFACS after that incident preparing a Georgia safety plan?
Yes, they always place charges.
Okay, and do you
Then
remember?
they will take them away a month
and-
later.
And do you remember them preparing a safety plan?
Safety plan. Stop letting the kids around her.
I think so. I think I took them over there. I think I remember.
Okay.
He found the right judge for sure.
No, this attorney is very good.
An attorney.
Okay.
Okay. Yes, after school I would take them to safety plan, but it was not good at all because after school the mom would come and pick them up.
Okay. He does recall that. So at this time, Judge, I would like to enter in this safety plan as plaintiff's exhibit
Who's handsome?
B.
Thank you and hallelujah. Don't forget tonight, 5:30.
And I'll just stipulate for the record, just because it's hard to read through the lens here, but it simply reads, Obeth Lanche will care for the 3 children full-time, and the children will not return to Dianitra Lanche pending law enforcement action because of physical abuse. Obeth Lanche is to call the police if Ms. Dianitra arrives at the residence, and he will attempt to, it says, follow up with the Superior Court about obtaining a protective order. That's what it says. So that's
Safety
admitted.
plan seems like a program.
And
Maybe that's where
Judge,
they met that lady.
continues. There was
on
another
earlier.
Georgia safety plan, essentially stipulating the
You're
same
right.
thing. Mr. Lanche, do you
Like
recall
through CPS or something?
DFACS doing a second
Oh,
follow-up
that's one of the
safety
saddest
plan
we've ever
in
seen.
December of that year, 2021, as well? Do you recall that? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes.
I would like to tender this into evidence as plaintiff's exhibit E.
Is admitted.
Okay, and again, just because of the challenges of reading this thing with my terrible lens camera thing here, I'll just stipulate for the record that this says that the children are being physically abused by the mom. It says mom will have no contact with the children until further notice. It says children are not supervised properly with the mom. Mom will have no contact with the children until further notice. Children are not provided with food, clothing, or shelter while in the
Thank
care
you.
of mom.
I'll let
Mom
you
will have
run
no
the show.
contact with children until further notice.
And don't comment.
Dated
Everybody knows.
12/3/21, and it's signed by case manager Edmund.
She's the court reporter, I
that.
believe.
And then Judge,
Maybe? Charlotte?
finally, in terms of exhibits, Mr. Lanche, do you recall attempting
She's
to
part of the court staff.
get a
By the way,
protective
UCLA,
order,
if you put it in the chat, it's there
in
forever when you're
November
running it. So it doesn't matter whether it's on the screen or not.
2022?
So.
Yes. Yes.
And that protective order was dismissed because you were not able to properly serve Dianitra. Is that correct?
I lost him on the phone.
All right, now he's back.
I gotta do the
Going
call
back.
again.
Okay.
We got to reconnect with him while we're doing that. Please reconnect with us and hit the like video button for us, please, and thank you. Or you can
And
just
on
subscribe.
a brighter note, it's Florida Friday today, and we got a chase 405 East.
When this ends, hopefully I've got a palate cleanser we can all enjoy after this. And I don't believe this lady's crying no more than I am right this very second.
No, and I hate to say this, but
Okay.
even the way that she shows up to court almost just shows
in a
up.
robe or something, right?
Yeah, she rolled out of bed. She's in her, I don't know, just
She's had a baby cream.
I do as well.
Yes.
There's
Yes.
a few things that he put in there that
And is the reason why
show-
there was lack of services because when Dianitra takes the children, she doesn't tell you the address where she's taking the kids?
She don't have a permanent residence?
Señor? That's correct.
Okay. All right, thanks. So, I mean,
That scared me. That scared me because I don't know where the children are.
Okay, that's good.
Oh, yes.
And
And my
Judge,
children told me they're taken to different houses.
thank you. And so, Judge, that concludes my entry of evidence.
Overwhelming amount of evidence, by the
Ms.
way.
Bustos, now's the time that you ask Mr. Lanche questions. It's gonna be difficult, I know, because you're gonna want to argue. with him. You have to pose questions to him.
Before she
okay?
gets into that,
Take yourself
Fifi
off mute
Bones
and
over
ask
here
him
from Leather and Lashes and the
questions.
old PP
way to lighten things
Okay.
up, Leather and Lashes.
Hi.
Thank you.
would have
my
brightened
man.
the day. Thank you so very much.
What? I'm sorry.
Oh,
Oh, please take a
yeah,
minute.
no.
This is a lot. Why? I just want to know why why you want to hurt me and
Why
lie
you
on
always
me.
lying?
Me. I love my kids, but I was traveling on
Yeah.
my birthday.
So Ms. Bustos, I know this is difficult, but you have to ask him a question that's relevant to the testimony that he's given. If you don't have any questions for him, that's fine. I can hear
No.
him. Okay,
Hold on.
all right. Then do you just want to testify?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I actually stay in Griffin County. I was staying with my mother before she passed away last year of August, and he knew where I was. He brought the kids over. I was in and out the hospital for sickle cell attacks, and he would my mom told him he couldn't come because Obeth would have a recorder in his pocket, and she said he came in there trying to dog me out to her, and she told him to leave her house. It was a lady from the school a counselor came to my house asking, can we settle this? I said I wanted to keep this out of court because I wanted to communicate as two humans and try to work it out. I have proof that in pictures, I take my kids $700 worth of food. I sent it to the defense caseworker. She wrote off on it. She was like, he told me you didn't do it. I said, I did. I said, I bring it every time. I record it and I take pictures. Obeth told me, I asked Obeth, can he come get the kids? He told me no, because he don't have any gas. I gave him gas money, which I never got back, which I'm not worried about. Selena, I had picked up Selena and my boys on December 22nd. I had them for the whole holidays, like Christmas, New Year's. He knew everything. I was keeping him up to date. I let him talk to his kids. I did everything in my might. I tried to talk to him, and only thing what I was getting back was, "Don't you have a daughter? Don't you have a daughter?" I was like, "Yes, I just had a daughter." He's from myself, "Don't you want to keep your daughter?" And I was like, "What that supposed to mean?" He told me if I don't bring my kids, he would go to the police station. But when the police called me, they asked where I was the mother of Selena. I said yes, but the police didn't know everything because Obeth was telling him partial of the story. So the caseworker and the therapist called the police personally and told them what was going on. And that's when the police called and apologized to me and said, "Don't worry about it." I told the police that I wanted to take the kids back so they could go to school. I'm not trying to hold my kids and get school. That's why I said if they didn't want to go back, I was going to enroll them in school out here, which I did. I talked to the kids' school. They sent paperwork over to Spalding County. They got Selena enrolled. They called me last week and told me why Selena wasn't in Spalding County. I told her I took her back to her father. And the young lady who took Selena and my kids back was a friend of mine with the college, who I stay with like now after I left my mom's house when she passed. I feed my kids Selena before she went home. I bathed her, I clothed her, and I did her hair. And I bought new shoes. And not only that, Obed is kindly upset because I don't want to be in a relationship with him. I had a whole nother baby and with a whole new person.
A whole nother baby with a whole new person.
Hard times ever since. And I don't get why all these lies is coming up. I have testimony with my kids. I recorded my kids saying, "My daddy making me lie on you." So he was like, "But I be wanting to tell the truth." Selena said that my dad beat me in the head with a hanger and locked me in a closet. I have proof of everything. And then he said I've been hitting him. I haven't even been around Obed to hit him. If I go meet Obed, I meet him with my baby father or a friend because I don't trust him. Last time I tried to meet him at his house, Obed pulled me in his room.
Come on, stop. 1 second. Watch Miss Chavez.
Can she slow down?
The interpreter lost part of the baby father, something like that. And after that, I lost the sequence.
Something about a whole baby.
Say what?
She goes to meet him with her current baby father. What she said. Go ahead, ma'am.
Okay, after I meet Obed, I went by myself once. Obed pulled me in his room and tried to have physical sex with me. I told him no. He was like, "You can't tell me no." That's the reason when the lady talked to me, I had a police to come out there. They escorted my kids out the house, put them in the car because they said his house wasn't clean. And my daughter was sleeping in the bed with him. And so is my kids here with me. They sleep separate. And I went over there. I got pictures of I went over there. It was roaches everywhere. It was trash everywhere. I cleaned up his part of the house. And then I left. Me and my cousin sat there
roaches
and waited on Obed to get there. Obed told me he was like 30 minutes down the street. I was there for 5.5 hours waiting. And I was getting off of work. I got fired from my job. My kids were calling my phone early in the morning around 8 o'clock saying, "Mommy, I'm hungry." I used to get off of work and I had to make up an excuse to get off of work and take food over there, wait for him to get off and leave. I have pictures of that too. Obed told me that he needed some money.
Objection.
I gave him money. I bought.
Just please,
Judge, it's a hearsay objection, but even more broadly than that, Judge, just so I'm clear, this is closing arguments?
No, this is her testimony.
Ma'am, so.
And like I said, I have a witness.
What you need to respond to, ma'am, is like the evidence, the bruises on the children's legs and things like that. I mean,
that wasn't me.
So who was it?
Where then?
I left my kids with a friend named Keisha, right where Keisha Newkirk. I had went to work. I was working at Little Caesars. She
Pizza,
told
pizza.
me that she popped my kids. I told her that's not finna happen. I took my kids home. That's when Obes called me and said, "Oh, my kids got bruises and stuff." I would never put my hand on my kids. That's a never.
Okay, so you're telling me that Keisha,
Rakisha,
she put the bruises on on those children.
my son Obes told me that she hit him, and I confirmed it with Obes. I said that Miss Keisha renewed, and then then the lady came to Keisha's house and tried to speak to Keisha, which was a defense case worker. Keisha started blowing up and stuff, so I wound up leaving her house because me and her had roommated together, and I wasn't going for that. You went finna hit my kids. So
Judge,
yes, I
I'd
took
like
them
to move
home.
for
Just
a
leave your
directed
kids with
verdict.
anybody.
We have an admission that she left the kids with someone that abused her kids. I don't think there's any evidence.
How long
Yeah,
did you
that's-
stay with this
Good
lady
point,
knowing this lady
Tristan.
was hitting your children?
No, man, I knew her as the childhood. She older than me. She's my aunt's age. I stayed with her for a year. I took my kids over there for the summer. I asked for a babysitter. I paid her. I've been knowing Keisha for a long time, and Keisha was babysitting my kids. And I went to work, came back, and I wound up taking her home after what Obes told me.
Ma'am, did you see these marks on your children?
No, I did not see. Obed told me she popped them in his hand. But
Then why
I
did you not
told her I
check?
don't like people hitting on my kids. Me and her got into an argument. I left her. I packed up my stuff. I left her house. I told the police that she was hitting on my kids. I even told him her whole name. I said, you need to report her. I said, we can go down there together and report her because I don't like people touching my kids.
She should have
Why
reported
didn't
her.
you report her?
Right?
Exactly.
I did. I said a police came to the house. The police was there. It was reported in Stone Mountain.
Judge, I'd like to renew my motion for directed verdict.
Anything else, Ms. Bustos? He wants me to go ahead and make a decision because you've admitted that you were staying with someone who was
Abusing the
your
children.
I don't abuse my kids. I love my kids.
Yeah, but
They have a sister and an oldest brother with me
she just shot her own foot off.
Mm-hmm.
who's not been in any harm.
Because she's doing everything that
Objection,
she can
Judge,
to.
non-responsive.
What a mess. And she got caught, Gary. That's
Mhm.
the best part.
Yeah. Do you have any, ma'am? Do you have a response to residing somewhere where the lady that you were residing with abused the children?
She stays in Latoya.
Oh, thank you. How's
Does she still come around you and these?
No, she
Ella
cannot
todavía
come
está
around.
cerca.
She
No, ella no puede
started
venir.
getting around me
Ya no está
for
ausente.
years.
100%. Trying, anyways. It didn't work, but trying, yeah.
These bruises were somewhere in 2022, Mr. Gillespie?
That's my understanding, Judge.
I was pregnant. I wasn't beating my kids, and I just had lost my
I was
mother and
pregnant, I
my
can't.
cousin a week apart. So I was in an emotional breakdown. So no, I did
I
not.
understand that,
No
and I'm very sorry for your loss, but how did the bruises end up on them?
I don't know about those bruises, and I'm being honest. I really don't. I was pregnant, and I had my daughter last year of July the 6th.
The lady-
Anything else, Ms. Bustos, at all?
Lady in the middle is one of those,
Go ahead,
I think, safe family
I just want
advocate
us to
people that just
co-parent.
look
I
at
don't
her.
want
Safe
to
family,
be
yeah,
in
she is
sport.
not happy.
Like
She's
I
just-
don't. My kids have a place to stay over here. They with their father. I'm not trying to bash nobody in. I just want
As she stares at the ceiling while she talks.
court order saying who
Mhm.
can get the kids on
Yeah.
this day, who can get them on that day. Because I'm tired of going through court. I've been trying to do my part, and Obed's been still breaking me down and bringing up liars. I don't want to be with Obed. I promise you. I feel like I was forced. I was 17. He
Okay.
was 30-something years old.
All right, so
Oh,
Mr. Gillespie, right now,
wow.
what order is it that places these children with Mr. Lanche? I'm sorry, I'm probably just calling.
That was by default, Your Honor. There's no formal order. I mean, I guess you could say it's the defect safety
The
plan,
defect safety. plan.
Fire captain, I'll ask.
but it's
But
really
he does
not.
plan on filing something else more
Send it
permanent.
Yeah, and I will take care of that,
PayPal.
and I assure the court that.
Look.
All right, so I'm gonna put this in place. Mr. Gillespie, do you have an order in Word, or if I send you an order, do you mind filling it out? My case manager, who hasn't turned her camera on in a very long time, is very sick.
I don't mind at all, Judge. Thank you.
She's probably asleep. Last time we were finished with court, she woke up, she was over one of the Navy ponds. So
Fire captain, I'm gonna say
I'm not gonna make her
negative.
step now.
No problem.
Yeah, I just went all the way
Okay,
back
you wanna
half
type
an
it
hour.
and send it to me?
I don't. I just
Sorry,
do.
Fire
I did not see
If
it.
you want to place your email in the chat, we'll send you copies of the order. And
And Judge, just so I'm clear, I'm going to first receive a form by email.
yeah, we
I like
can-
that.
if you
I'm
put your
tired of
email in
going
the
to
chat, I
court.
can send you
I'm
the
tired of
order in
doing this. I
Word,
don't
and
want to
then
be
you
with
can just
him.
email it.
Oh, it's
That'd be ideal.
I.
Thanks, Judge. I'll do it right
the
now.
whole thing.
Yeah,
Three,
you can place
I
your email
believe,
in the
Nancy.
chat, I'll email it to you. We'll put it in place, and if you want to just put in there that any, if you're gonna file a family case that's here in Fulton County, the judge can make changes, anything like that they deem necessary.
Perfect.
Okay? All right, Ms. Bustos, do you want to place your email in the chat, and we'll email you a
I
copy?
placed it in the chat already.
Did
you
she even say that it's
at
granted, or are we
gmail.com?
just gonna assume?
thank you,
Because
ma'am.
It's granted already.
Um,
De
and
facto,
we have yours in the
Creed. De
chat, Mr.
facto.
Gillespie.
as soon as you hear the
They help
email
you
in the
safely.
chat, you just know it's.
You can just email the order back to me, and we'll get it signed.
Oh,
I
is there
absolutely will.
three
Thanks,
with
Judge.
Obeth? Okay,
Yeah.
so 4.
A
Wow.
girl and 2 boys.
I got
That's
a
what I'm
question. Y'all didn't want to speak to my witness?
No, ma'am.
No reason to.
That does conclude my business, if I could be excused.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Tristan,
Thank
for
you,
the
Mr.
win
Chavez, and you
there,
tell Mr. Richard
and
we can-
Obeth with his
Your leches
honesty
are
and the way he explained things.
I mean,
Um,
she literally shot herself in the foot
I
big time.
I really wish that Judge Manning would have kind of given him a little bit of said a little something as far as trying to make sure that this dude gets some help to go for custody, because that needs to happen,
Big time.
and it needs to happen like what it sounds like a year or two ago.
At least at this point, though, we've stopped her from being able to see the kids.
I can tell you this right now. If we were a gigantic channel, we would have his lawyer fee and have him a lawyer. Now, like within the next hour. The dude needs to go for that. That woman there. I don't really want to. I don't really want to comment too much on it, because there'd be a lot of really, really bad shit said. So it's just better to just kind of deep breath. That one was a tough one.
You kind of just let it speak for itself. It did all the talking. It really did.
Mm-hmm.
It's a sad situation that it's
Very.
always sad when the parents don't get along, but it's also even worse when the parents don't get along and there's a parent abusing the children, it would seem, allegedly.
Well, he mentioned a couple of times, Sally, that he was trying, but he couldn't get anybody really to. He couldn't get any good lawyer. Apparently.
And like the lawyer he had currently said, he thought probably it was like a language barrier where somebody didn't want to take a client, that he would have some sort of because I mean, depending on where you're at, there are offices that have someone speaks Spanish or whatever other languages and things like that. So before we go, Creed, I want to try and play that again and see if we can.
Yeah, let me just see if we can. I got it shared with the audio and stuff. Just let me know if you can hear it or not. Let me get to that point. I recorded it in a slightly different way because it had happened so fast.
Yeah. Oh, sounding good. I heard all right.
You seated.
Yeah, we're good. Let's go.
We're on the record in the state of Ohio versus James Mitchell III, 22 TRC 07664.
Sinister minister.
Counsel, Mr.
I just want to remind everybody too. So this was from yesterday. We watched quite a bit of it. We didn't even realize it was a jury trial at the moment.
No, I've never seen a DUI jury trial.
No.
Ever.
So we got kind of invested in it. And the thing with licking They're always live. So in order to grab this, I had to have it up and ready to go. And as you can see, I recorded it kind of weird. But anyways, we get to see the end of this. And that's what's happening now.
It's here on behalf of the state of Ohio. Rather unbelievably, we've been notified by the jury that they've reached verdicts in the case already. And Mr. King is the state
Unbelievably.
verdicts. And Ms.
World's
Kyle,
fastest verdict.
All right.
Like 10
Please
minutes.
begin the jury, Ms. Kyle.
All rise for the jury.
Never good for the defendant when the jury comes back super fast.
No, I mean, I don't
Look
know.
at that guy in the striped shirt.
Yeah, he's watch him sit down if we can. It's or when he stands up at the end of it too.
You rang. Lurching his way in.
Love Stansbury. We haven't seen a good bit of Stansbury. We've been hitting on the old Judge George lately.
All right, please be seated. And the record should reflect that the jury is now back in the jury room. The 8 jurors are seated in the jury box. Juror number 1, it's my understanding you were elected foreperson.
Yes.
And has the jury reached unanimous verdicts on both charges?
Yes.
Can you please provide
100% Jay. That was all.
That's
it was.
it.
There was no.
Thank you, sir.
They made their decision just as quick as Judge Manning just made hers. In that case.
All right, on count 1, OVI in violation of 4511.19A1A, the jury verdict reads, we, the jury in this case, find the defendant, James Mitchell III, guilty of the offense charged in the complaint. It appears to be signed by all 8 jurors and again by the 4th person in this case indicated.
Shocker, right? Mama tried. Thank you for the 2.
In violation of 4511.19A2, the jury verdict reads, we, the jury in this case, find the defendant, James Mitchell III, guilty of the offense charged in the complaint. Again, it appears to have all 8 juror signatures as well as the 4th-person signature on the line indicated. Ms. Tome, did you wish to poll the jury?
No, Your Honor.
All right, very well. At this time, the court is going to take a recess and discharge the jury.
What a botched.
Quick and easy.
Convening.
Real botched attempt there.
So,
I did send over a video from YouTube channel Time Served. Been busy doing the Lord's work, and this we're going to leave the show with this. Our good friend Middleton, we love Judge Middleton. He's a class act, a great guy, and this is something that happened. I think it was yesterday, if I'm not mistaken. So let's just check it out. I don't think it needs much setup.
Sanders CMS case, we need Mr. Haas. That is set for 9:30. Our 9:20 case is Village Court. And I'm trying to see who K51 is. We just had someone connected, Miss Carr. Is that you, Miss Carr?
Yes.
All right, we're all done with your case. I will see you next
TJ
Friday
Reed,
at
ladies and gentlemen. We haven't seen
1:15.
TJ in forever.
Okay. Do I come in personally?
TJ
No,
with
it'll
a
be by
zinger here
Zoom.
at the end.
And I would
Oh, always
suggest that you
good.
get a hold of Lisa or Pamela Mitchell or somebody and give them an update on what your medical circumstance is.
Okay, I'll call them right now. Okay.
All right, I will see you next Friday by Zoom. You don't need to come in here.
Okay, thank you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye.
Sorry, Dolphins fan.
Get her out of here.
TJ's face.
Let's
And that's
just
why
say-
you keep it Zoom.
Yeah, she's got some serious health problems.
She's got some serious health problems. Yeah, she sounds terrible.
All right, thank God we got a little bit of a laugh there at the end. Thank you.
TJ's face too was like, and the guy in the middle, she coughed and kept sounding like she's vomiting.
I miss TJ. We haven't seen him in quite a while. He has always had some fantastic expressions on that face. And yeah, Meg, where the hell is Meg? We haven't seen Meg in forever. Got to keep an eye on.
Maybe Meg has moved on to bigger and brighter things.
No, she's
somebody. So I say, you see this young talent? We need to rope that in right now. Bring it in. Bring it in.
All right, we're all gonna do a little reset there. Take a nice big deep breath. Come back fresh for we got to chase it again. It is Florida Friday. We got to chase.
Yeah, we're going to enjoy some tomfoolery.
I'm ready.
We're also going to say, like this video if you haven't done that already. She might. She might. And maybe we can get Judge Maribel to take us out. Judge?
Good afternoon. I'm District Judge Herman Marable from 67th District Court here in Flint.
Creed, thank all these nice people before we go, though.
Angela Bud Smoke Flusha, the guy throwaway, who's had some leather and lashes and Mama Trot. Thank you guys so much for that extra level of support. The new members, welcome. Any new subs, hello, and welcome to the fam. And thank you guys for the likes. If you forgot on the way out, hit it. We appreciate that. And one last thing, 5:30 for the main channel. Got members only. Don't forget, that comes up right after we got a chase. So,
yep. And hello to this handsome guy over there.
I was going to say, do we not have any Scooby-Doo reference jokes for that dude in Wexford County there?
He's like the porn version of Shaggy. Yeah. Sinister Minister, good to see you. Everybody have a great day. We'll see you back for that at 4:05. And until then, stay safe and stay healthy.